Fire, they say. A good servant, but a bad master.
As soon as there is fire, you need to get down on your knees, not to pray. To your way out.
Today's topic is very critical to everyone. We're going to unveil what fire is. Actually, I want you to speak with regard to just recently the JQuat hostels.
Yes,
what
yes.
happened?
Oh my Lord. This is what I say. Don't be a hero. Do not be a hero even in that hostel setup.
12% Park is none other than a safety and fire expert, Jose Ngunjiri.
I have a disclaimer. And I'll put you on the spot again.
Okay.
Do you know the Nairobi Fire Brigade number?
Personally?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Is it on your phone?
No, it isn't, but I know you. We're going to cover a range of topics, including the responsibility of you as a parent, you as a public transport user, you as the person who's going camping, in your kitchen, in your home, in your workplace.
When you're cooking, rule of thumb, you remember 1.5?
Yes.
Hiyo tumeisikia wakati wa COVID, but it has been there for firefighters. Let the babies be 1.5 meters away
from the fire.
If you're in Busia, right now we're sitting in Nairobi, right?
Yes.
We're in Busia, the border of Kenya. If you call 999, it comes to the EOC in Nairobi. There's a little bit of slowness in regards to this guy calling Busia.
What are you waiting for? This is another reason for you to come here and subscribe. Remember to put all the comments in the comment section. And as always, keep it Crimeshield. We've had so many incidences about fire, which calls upon us to set a conversation in line with how can we be able to understand fires and how can we keep ourselves safe at our homes. More reason why we have this amazing gentleman, Jose, to just take us through as an expert. Karibu sana, Jose.
Asante.
Nashukuru.
Thanks for having me.
Unajua kuna watu hawaelewi fire ni nini. People just think about they think about the big fires, our fikiri in the nitty-gritties. Take us through the basics. What is the fundamental concept of fire? Fire ni nini?
Asante. Thanks, Kings. Thanks for having me. I am so grateful to be here.
Yeah.
This is just a hot conversation.
It's fire.
It's fire. Oh, that's why it's hot, eh?
Yeah.
Well, fire basically is what we use daily. You know, I bet without you even having a second thought, you woke up in the morning, the first thing that you did was maybe switch on the light.
Yes.
You know, but then behind that light, actually, there are a myriad of things that happens before it actually it converted into fire, you know. And that's where now, I usually don't want to complicate telling you fire has 3 components of oxygen, fuel, and every other component. But basically, I just usually jump into the mix of it and tell you how you need to prevent the fire before it actually occurs. Take it away. You know, because for me, when you wake up in the morning, either yourself or your wife prepares food for you. Yeah. But then, without her thinking, she just turns on the gas and never minds about what happens before she slept. What did I need to do before I slept? Yeah. And that's where we need to begin. We need to go back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
What are the basics? Kabla ujalala, before you go to sleep, just go to your kitchen. Is my gas 100% off? You know, and how do you check if it's off? Because actually, it will not be on, of course. You know, it will not be the blue. Yeah. So I usually say, use your senses. Can you smell? No, I can't smell. Can you hear? Shh, that's a gas coming off. No, I can't hear. Yeah. So if you smell, you know that you need to go switch off completely. If the gas completely is switched off, you'll ask yourself, so why is it coming off?
Yeah.
Where is the arufu or the smell coming from? So you need to go and check with your eyes. You know the five senses?
Yes,
see, you go to see, you look to your eyes. Maybe the pipe itself has disconnected from the gas cooker.
Yeah.
You check, or no, it's not. And then you just go and smell near that gas pipe.
Okay.
You see to yourself, this is now where the smell is coming from.
Okay.
Now, after you have smelled, or when you've seen that it's actually, the smell is coming off from there, what are the actions you need to take? Yeah. Number one, people usually test it like the old school way. They usually go and light up the match, alafu wanazungusha round the LPG.
Yes.
No.
That's dangerous.
That is not even acceptable. It's dangerous. You're not supposed to do that. So, after you've done that, now that's when now you might either need to call hubby, or now for yourself, if you're living by yourself, either you call the guys who deal with the gas cylinder, or even you just go and fasten those places that are they're loose. You fasten them up, you tighten them up, and then now from there you go and sleep.
So as you put it, it's just the basics, you know, leveraging on your five senses, getting yourself to a position where you're able to see, smell, hear, look, you know, things like that. You know, you're breaking it down in a very interesting way, which now makes the perfect segue for me to ask, now that the holidays are approaching, we've already looked at families, and with respect to now the cooking area where people are going to have their meals prepared and whatnot. You mentioned that, you know, electricity, when I wake up, I switch on the lights, and without knowing, probably it can cause fires.
Absolutely.
There are people who are going up country.
Yes.
And you know, for most of them, probably it's the first time they're going throughout the, you know, for the whole year.
The whole year, 11 months.
And is wear and tear probably where they're going.
Yes.
What could happen with regard to, you know, fires caused by electricity?
Oh man, you've mentioned something very, very important, wear and tear. You've been away 11 months.
Yes.
Most of the times, and it's unfortunate, people don't visit home. So what does it mean? Your cooker has actually grown dust for 11 months. Hopefully not.
Yes.
You know, the gas cylinder was put in the store for 11 months.
Viliuliacha
ndo nairudia. You know. So the first thing that you might need to do when you get home, I'll be frank, most of the people at home maybe don't have electricity. You know, they might use what we call the lantern, the gas cylinder lanterns,
Yes, yes.
The ones that you connect the long pipe and then you light it up from the top. It's just lights up a white light. Or maybe you might have the ones that have a cable, the orange cables, and then it connects to some apparatus, and the whole house is lit up.
Yeah.
The first thing that you need to do, as I said, let's go back to the basics.
Back to the basics.
Remove that item from the store and be kind to just check. For example, that orange pipe. Check it. Bend it. When you bend it, you'll notice either cracks. Now, that one you don't need to use. You just check and see. Inaumwa has been bit by rats, mice. You know, I mean, it's been staying in the store. Yeah. So even though you had put the mice, whatever's pallets, zishakulwa, those rats have already died and things like those. So just be kind and bend the pipe. For information, EPRA, EPRA stands for Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Usually says if you go EPRA, yes, it says that cable pipe of yours. Do you know how much? This is a trick question. Is it a trick or a tuwekele pesa hapa? How many years are you supposed to change that cable, that pipe?
I have no idea. Can I guess?
Yes, guess.
2 years.
Yes, you got it right. There goes my money.
Chakuona nyuma ya tent.
Exactly, nione nyuma ya tent. That's actually supposed to be 2 years. After every 2 years, we change the pipe. You know?
Yeah, this is the pipe that connects the gas cooker to the gas cylinder.
Yes. In fact, I welcome guys to go on the public on the public EPRA website and download that document. It has a myriad of do's and don'ts, you know, of what you need to do on gas cylinder care and things like that. After you check that, after you check it, in fact, I advise, if it's possible, because now the distance between the shop and your home is far, just get another pipe from Nairobi. It costs about maybe less than 600 bob. When you get to Ushago and you notice that it is not messed up, just put it in the store. After 2 years, you'll replace it, you throw this other one. But if it is beat, replace it. That's for the gas cylinder. For electricity, what you need to do, if it's a cooker, make sure the same thing, check the cables behind. Is it connected well? Are there loose hanging wires? You know, in your home, are there loose hanging wires there? Check. You know, if you don't have pipings, you know, check. Are they hanging well? Are they naked? If they're naked, call an electrician. A simple thing like the sockets, is it hanging outside? You know, those basics are the ones that are going to save you and your family. You and even your property. Because for the main mandate as a firefighter is first of all to protect life and property. Be your own security officer, you know.
Security starts with you.
Security starts with you. You go inside your house, before you switch on the light, smell, you know, be your own suspect, you know, because at the end of the day, yes, you're tired, you're hungry and all, but utakulia hiyo kitu kama uko hospitali. Ngumu sana. We don't want that. So that's what I'd say. Check the loose hanging wires. Are they naked? And if they're naked, take action ASAP, as soon as possible.
We want to look at the people who, you know, still in the festive season, and people will want to go for camping outside. They say that we're outside, so they want to go outside.
Yes, true. Yes.
So this thing we call campfires.
Campfire. Oh my.
And you know, not necessarily camping per se. We have festivities at home where you know, whether it's a wedding or barbecues and things like that. Take us through what people need to understand about them.
Campfires and barbecues. We are actually entering a season of barbecues, and our ladies cooking open. You're there, chomaing your nyama on your barbecue, and she's there preparing the stuff. Again, let's go back to the basics. I think today is about basics, because we've forgotten basics.
That is the foundation.
What are you wearing
in the first place?
Yes, that's the basic. You know, because if you wear, no pun intended, if you wear a football jersey that is not cotton, football jerseys are not cotton. They are polyester or maybe nylon. And that's actually what you're using to, I know you love your football team or your rugby team, but is whatever you're wearing safe for you? Your lady there, she's with her lasso. Of course, she doesn't want to dirtify herself. She because of the ethics that she's been told, hey, it's alone a pika, lasso, which is great. But what is the material of that lasso? How is it loose on her body? Because she can go there and she's maybe nile ya kuni. Hata si kuni, wacha tuseme hata tu gas. We remove our gas from Nairobi, we brought it here. How is it loosely hanging on her? Because if it's loosely hanging on her and then ishikemoto, if it catches fire, it lands on her legs, and if that barbecue it lands on your chest, that's it for you. And that's it for you because it takes us again to that aspect of how should you react. You know, because the basic says at least when you're having your cotton material, it will take long before it catches fire. And in fact, before it catches fire, you'll start feeling hot.
Yes.
You know, those elements are giving in. And then you go like, hey, na kuna joto.
Kumbe ni moto.
Kumbe ni moto. And then now you'll back off and go like, hey, kumbe, my t-shirt was actually getting hot. But if it was nylon, it could have touched your skin. So, look at what you're wearing. That's one.
Yeah.
Number two, what is around you? Barbecue, Hash is cooking, deep frying maybe fish.
Yeah.
If it is barbecue, put that oil further away from you. Let it not be close to the jiko. Somewhere here, the brush is somewhere here. So you do the brush here, you slide on top of the meat, and then you flip it. We are so used to making sure
everything
that we are
is
here. In fact, sometimes because the hands are clean, you're just like fingers inside the oil, pop, 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 pop.
Wow.
And then the fire comes out. You know that thrill of, oh, beautiful.
Yes.
And then your toy comes, hey, daddy, daddy. Go to your mom. Bro, you don't want that. When you're cooking, rule of thumb, you remember 1.5?
Yes.
Hiyo tumeisikia wakati wa COVID, but it has been there for firefighters. Let the babies be 1.5 meters away
from the fire.
Yeah, unaona pali wale wako. We go like, if you want something, Brian, that's your baby. If you want something, Brian, ask it from that. And
1.5.
you are Stan. You use your daddy voice.
Yes.
What do you need? No, I said no, don't come close to me, because the cost of treatment you don't want. It is extremely expensive, so you'd rather prevent it.
Yeah.
For our ladies, when you're deep frying, don't make that oil become extremely hot. Ikikuwa mingi sana ndio unaona ati itakuwa mzuri. No, that's a danger. Because when this fish umetokwa maji from the water and you want to dip it, it's still wet. Now imagine this oil. And now it is in a state of matter, liquid state of matter.
Yeah.
Remember the clothes you're wearing? Nylon? You're excited. She's excited talking to her friend, her cousin. Her sister's not seen her for like 11 months.
Yes.
She forgets. She lifts it up.
Yeah.
And then drops it inside the extremely hot
Oil.
It changes matter within milliseconds. You're gonna see it. I have some videos I'll show you.
Yeah.
Whoop! It changes from liquid to steam within several seconds, milliseconds. And then guess what, bro? It multiplies 1,700 the times of that liquid oil.
Wow.
No kidding. Bro, over there you are. Man, that's a ball of fire. It's a ball of fire. It comes on you. The fish already, it's gone. Remember, you're still up panic. You run to her. It's just chaos. So, if she's cooking, fine, we're all happy and excited. Just make sure that everybody checks on each other.
Yeah.
Umevaa nini and all that stuff. Making sure that we don't have sandals. We forget, bro. Just have closed shoes. You know? Closed, even though it's open, let at least up on belly, closed.
Yeah.
You know? And shorts fine, but then let it be cotton. And babies 1.5 meters away. That's when we need to go back to the basic these festive seasons.
You bring a very critical point with regard to, you know, how families have to take care of themselves with regard to fires.
Absolutely.
You know, I've seen a lot of, you know, people when they cook fish, and you bring it very clearly, and I talk kwa maji, and then they just dip it.
Of course.
In very hot oil. And,
extremely hot oil.
That's a time bomb. You've also brought a critical point of the 1.5 meters for all children.
All children, yeah.
How do you make, you know, of children who, you know, we've seen on social media of parents carrying their children while cooking and things like that?
That's, in fact, it has just made my heart pop out, because I don't know if it's a point of not knowing or it's a point of I want my baby close to me so that they don't play with the electronics. It just needs to be like, if you're in the kitchen, it is you alone. In fact, this idea of having TVs in the kitchen or electronics in the kitchen because of we are moving in a fast-moving world.
Yeah. Smart homes.
Smart homes. I usually am fought by realtors. I'm like, I don't think it's a good idea having that 16-inch TV in the kitchen because you'll be distracted.
Yeah.
If you're cooking, bro, cook.
Cook.
Cook, maliza, uende. So having an idea with the baby at the back, it's not very nice. Have the baby be in the sitting room and you deal in the kitchen.
Great.
That's where the husband, your role comes in. Hold the baby, let mom prepare. I know you're busy. Maybe you're busy with the reports and all.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't encourage us going with work at home. You know, let work stay at work. So that when you're home, wife will need your help. Have the baby, it's just 45 minutes. Let the mom deal with the issue. And then from there, everybody is safe.
We're still talking about the festivities.
Yeah.
And many people, cut Christmas trees, or even some people decide to buy.
Thanks. Wow, how did you think about that? I've forgotten about it.
Yeah,
wow.
Talk about
Wow. Christmas trees.
Yes. And then they put candles and
Holy Lord. Oh God, help us. Christmas trees are a good idea.
Yes.
I'm not saying that you should not have. In fact, have as many Christmas trees as possible. Do you know why? You're building memories. You should have memories for our kids.
Yes.
But in the midst of the memories, don't forget safety. I have a friend of mine who's in the States and they were like, now this is the time they're decorating.
Yeah.
And I slid in his messenger and I told him, don't forget to water your
Christmas tree.
Where it was, or before it died, because now it has been cut.
Yes.
Before it died,
Yes.
it had a life.
Yes.
That Christmas tree. And it was wet. It had life. But then when it's coming to your home, remember what date is now? I've forgotten. It's 12th.
12th, yeah.
Today is 12th. How can I forget? Today is 12th. You started decorating your tree today, 12th. And then Christmas Day is in 2 weeks' time. From 12 till 2 weeks' time, it's drying.
Yeah.
It's getting hard, Yeah, it's getting hard. So what you need to do is to constantly make it wet. Make it wet because it's trying to get life.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to die. So when it's wet, the chances of your Christmas tree to catch fire are very less. Remember, we're having electricity?
Yes.
And then that thing, those Christmas lights?
Yeah.
Before you put your Christmas lights, be kind enough to check pole pole, slowly.
The integrity.
There's no hurry. The integrity of that, those flickering lights. You put it round, make sure there's a bottle of water. In fact, usually people say, but I don't have time. It's true, you don't have time. So what is the remedy? Get the 3-liter water bottles, the recycled bottles, and then put water upside down, have like 5 around the Christmas tree.
Yes.
To keep that Christmas tree live.
That is for now the real trees.
That's for the real trees. Yes. Now, another thing around the gifts, just make sure that when you're putting your candles, in fact, usually this is what I suggest.
The electric ones.
Yes, thanks for getting those words out of my mouth.
Yes.
Get the electric ones. It's a mambo ya kwenda ya candles waxing, itakumess. Just 2 weeks ago, I was just from Diani. I was being hosted, thank goodness. And this person was really embarrassed. Why? Because she was like, unaona hii shimo iko hapa kwa hii meza. Hapa nilikuwa nimesahau kando.
Wow.
Wax imeenda wax mpaka ikaisha. So I was like, oh my God. I didn't want to blame her because I was like, you know what, we're on holiday. So me with my firefighting thing. But I was like, oh, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Just get an electrical candle. It costs about 300 bob. And it will really beautify that whole space here. Christmas tree. You know, so have electrical candles, which you just put batteries.
Yeah. And
the batteries need to be not 11 months. Because again, there's also electrical battery fires.
Yes.
That's also another hazard. Yes. So there are new batteries. Make sure that your Christmas tree is watered. If you can get a plastic one, better. But also the Christmas lights, make sure they don't have dents, because once they are flickering, remember it's an on and off system.
Yeah.
There's some sparks. When that sparks touch the Christmas tree that is plastic or alive, it might light up.
When you're looking at now the community being aware about you know, how to keep themselves safe from fire, people don't really understand the role of firefighters, especially in Kenya. Just give us a story behind firefighting in Kenya. Watu husema wazima moto wanakujanga after moto ilishazibwa, and things like that. Many other things that they have spoken. Represent them.
That's a hot seat.
Yes.
It's a fire safety show, so it's getting hotter now.
It's hot. The show is fire.
It's fire. It's true, we come late. It is true, we do not have enough water. All those claims are true. However, I have a disclaimer. And I'll put you on the spot again.
Okay.
Do you know the Nairobi Fire Brigade number?
Personally?
Yes.
No, I don't.
Is it on your phone?
No, it isn't. But I know you.
That day my phone will be, in fact, I just told you I was coming, my phone just fell off. But then it has a broken screen. And then my phone is dead.
Yeah.
And then unfortunately you have an accident. You call me, it's off. And then 2 days later, oh, you guy, my house was on fire. It will not be, but my house is on fire, and now I couldn't get you. Now you see, now my whole property is gone, blah, 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 blah. Now we don't become friends because
you didn't pick my call.
It starts from the basics again.
We're on the basics today.
Yes. However, that is actually a double-edged sword. And we'll get into the deep of these things, honestly and candidly. We need to have the fire brigade number on our phones.
Yes.
Yeah. But then the other question that you might ask is that we have the 999 number. This 999 number goes to a EOC, Emergency Operational Center, that sits at the KICC. That's at the Kenyatta International Conventional Center. The unfortunate bit about it, if you're in Busia, right now we're sitting in Nairobi, right?
Yes.
We're in Busia at the border of Kenya. If you call 999, it comes to the EOC in Nairobi. There's a little bit of slowness in regards to this guy calling Busia. So what I am actually saying is we need to have the fire brigade number of the region that we are in it.
They've already placed them in terms of regions already?
Yes. Currently, no. For that 999 number, that's actually the gray area.
Yes.
You know, that's why I said we need to get into the deep things of it. But before you get into that, the current situation, what we need to have right now is get to have the county's fire brigade number.
Okay.
For example, the Nairobi Fire Brigade number is 020 22 22 181. Just have it on your phone. Have it on a speed dial. In fact, save it as AAA Fire Brigade so that it can become the first number onto your phone book. You know, and then of course it will be stored in your Google account and all that stuff. If you're on Google or Apple ID, it will be right there on your contacts. That's where we start. Have that. So that when you're in danger, You don't call me first as Jose. You call the Nairobi Fire Brigade. Hi, my name is Kings.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm in Upper Hill, and in my apartment, it is on fire. Floor number 39, 39, floor number 12,
Yes.
and door number 39, for example. Now you give the exact, all those details. Now, we come late because the community has not called us on time.
Okay.
We come when the fire is extinguished or it's in the heat of things because the fire brigade engine only carries 10,000 liters at one given time.
Okay.
That 10,000 liters of water, Kings, it is eliminated. Guess how many minutes? Not more than 8 minutes.
Wow.
If it is in the thick of things. But if you call us on time, we're supposed to be in any radius. Right now, Nairobi Fire Brigade has different fire stations everywhere. The latest one being Kibera.
Yeah.
Old Kangundo Road takes care of Eastlands area. Town area takes care of Upper Hill, all the town region.
Yeah.
We have the one in Dagoretti takes care of that other region. And we have also another one in Thika Road. They have another one in Gigiri.
Yeah.
They are 6 in number, and actually they are adding more.
Yeah.
You call us on time, you call the fire brigade on time, those radiuses not supposed to be more than 7 minutes.
From dawning to
Yes.
responding.
You're gonna see my PPE, how I'll be donning. I hope I'll be donning very fast.
From
From dawning, yes, from dawning to the reporting time. And I'm not an employee of Nairobi Fire Brigade.
Yes, yes.
But I've been with them. I actually one time I actually went and said, I want to see how these guys actually operate. From the time the call comes in to the time they exit. True to no words, Kings, they take up to 2.5 minutes. Actually, the other time it was actually 2.5 minutes before they got off.
Wow.
The reason why they get late is number one, oh, this is our jam clearer. Matatus. Sitoki mbele, I'm not getting out of this so that the guys who are in front can lead me out. Man, bro, it is your house that is on fire and you're blocking me. You know, just move vie off. Let me go.
Give way.
Give way. Because you know what? The fire brigade also follows law. If I scratch you, I'm supposed to stop.
Yeah.
But if I'm on an emergency, bro, and I see that you're on the wrong, I'll scratch you, deal with the issue, then kesi badai. But it has been so bad in such a way that the roads have been so rogue, they block us, we cause an accident, we have to stop there, somebody is dying in front. What's all this? There's so much impunity in this country.
It speaks into the role of an individual, you know.
Exactly.
The kind of culture
How
we have.
have you been raised? So, firefighters in Kenya, I'm speaking now in Kenya because we're in Kenya, have really been squashed, you know. Squashed in the sense that people don't call on time. People expect us to be supermen. We're not supermen. People throw rocks at us. So let us take this responsibility as community members. We have that fire brigade number I've told you, so that we come on time, you know? Yeah, so that's one thing that we need to really and let's go just for a minute or two on that deeper conversation that we have on the 99 number.
Yes.
We need to hold the government accountable. And why am I saying this? The citizens, it is the role of the government to take care of us. I don't know, I think you know that by now. You know, you pay taxes, you in the hope of the taxes are going to take care of you. What am I trying to say? This 999 number, they need to like cluster it. If each and every county in our country need to have an EOC.
Yes.
You get?
Not only one.
Not only one. They need to have an EOC So that if I'm in Busia, it doesn't have to come to Nairobi. The BTS in that region, base transmitter station, need to identify that Jose is in Busia. So it will divert it to the Busia EOC.
Yes.
So that when I say I am at the junction ya Musimba, kwa mfano, you know, it is common to Busia people, you know. So and it will actually go straight to the fire brigade. So if I say, hi, I'm calling, what's your, hello? Busia EOC, what's your emergency? There is a fire. Immediately I'm saying there is a fire. The operator does what? Diverts immediately that call to the
nearest
brigade in that Busia. But just imagine, Busia, Nairobi, ngojea tutafute huyo OCPD. Now I'm actually saying things that happen. So I'm putting myself on the line right now. You know, it needs to stop, bro. It needs to stop. How will it stop? We need to have like the NDMU take this mantle, the National Disaster Management Unit, take this mantle and even push it to the national government and say, this will cost this much. Of course it is expensive, but at what cost? What are the taxes
Life
for?
is priceless.
Exactly. So let's see the taxes. What is it? I don't even, you know, saying expensive in regards to taxes, it's not supposed, even that conversation doesn't need to have. It's a need that we're addressing. We need to protect our industries. You know, the other day the president was launching a DevKey. Still, man, how much was it? 11B.
Wow.
11B. Man, for us not having an EOC, hey, bro, we need to think really clearly. We really need to be very candid, and we really need to hold people accountable. That's why I'm an advocate for fire. And I'm not, Kings, I'm not liked everywhere. You see me. See my face.
Trees that bear fruits are the ones that are hit with stones.
Exactly. See my face. I was dying when I was 4 months old.
Wow.
You know, I don't have fingers. They expect me to keep quiet. No. So we have to stop fires, and they can't be stopped. We can't reduce these fires. Only when we, and I usually say this, Kings, you'll only respond if moto imeingia kwa nyumba yako. Hapo tutasema
They say it's always news until it hits home.
Exactly. I couldn't imagine when I saw my cat on fire. You know? What if it was my kid?
Wow.
So
we need to do better.
Let's do better, bro.
I want you to take us through now. You know, you said there's the 999 and things like that. Let's say there's an incident, and in the context of let's say a hostel or a school. And you know, I want us to speak to the younger generation, and probably they are the ones in a position who can make a call. Take us step by step of what they can do. Let's say there's a fire in the hostel. What can they do leading up to now reaching out to the firefighters?
Thanks for that, Kings. Before even we enter into the reaction, we need to have the prevention. You know, we are actually a reactive nation.
We are not proactive.
Exactly. We need to go to be proactive. How do we become proactive? Have exit drills. Let's train our children in their hostels how to evacuate when there is danger within themselves, within their space, within this working space. When I walked in, you saw how amazed I was. I was like, wow. What you didn't notice, bro, I was actually checking, what if there's a fire? How will I escape? I've seen several places I can escape. Super fantastic.
Actually, I want you to speak with regard to just recently the JQuat hostels.
What happened? Oh my Lord. My friends actually responded to that fire. Nairobi Fire Brigade responded. JKUAT have their own fire brigade service.
In the university?
In the university.
Wow.
This is not the first time the university has had a fire. And I commend that institution for having their own fire brigade inside. Why? They've said 7 minutes is too much. We want to even do it within 3 to at max 4 minutes to the hostel.
Yeah.
So what happened? Of course, without going into details to it because it's still under investigation, fire happened, but then the evacuation part of it, people panic. Don't expect, even though you've done 3,000 times the drill, that you're going not to panic. So as soon as there is fire, you need to get down on your knees, not to pray. To your way out.
Okay.
To your way out. So, if your way out has been compromised, that's where the fire is at. Remember, there are how many ways out?
2.
Always. In fact, if you're building your house or this place that you're living, you need to make sure and hold accountable the landlord or your architect. Where is the second way out? Okay. So these guys ran off the exits. We call them the fire escape routes.
Yeah.
You know, you go outside the escape routes, and some went through where the main fire was. Where do you go after you've gone outside? It's not time to go home. It's not time to go like I'm scared, I'm going to my twin brother.
Yeah.
It's time to go to the fire assembly point. And the why fire assembly point is so that we can account for people inside that particular space.
Okay.
By the time that space was occupied, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name, but there's this facility, hostel facility within town that hosts students of these big colleges. Before they go inside your hostel, they have to say, is Kings there? Correct. Is Jose there? Correct. The students are really usually very uncomfortable because they go like, Kwani, we are big boys and men. Why are you accounting for taking a roll call? The roll call is for the assembly point. We need to know if Kings is there. And if Kings is not there, because you're going to report as a firefighter within the 7 minutes, they'll say on the manifest, Kings was there. We ticked him.
Yeah.
And I'm 110% sure he didn't come to the fire assembly point. Therefore, Kings has to be inside. Sorry, I'm using your name all the time.
No worries.
Yeah. So the firefighters in their mind will going to go like, Kings is not accounted for. Which floor he was? 7th floor. Boom. They hit the 7th floor using the staircasing, checking you out. Of course, they've already disenabled the lift, so there's no access to the lift until maybe we're going to find you on the hallway, the corridor, maybe unconscious, and then that's when you're going to drag you out. So students need to understand that they need to crawl out. If they can fight the fire, fight it. How do you fight the fire? Ask yourself, Kings, and this is for us, not even the students alone. What is burning? Nini ndio inachomeka? You know, in a typical office setup, you'll find 3 fire extinguishers at any one given point. I don't know if it has, see, it has 3. It has 3 fire extinguishers, powder, oxygen, and maybe you might find 2 powders, depending on what is going to burn. We're not going to go into the nitty-gritty of what powder is and all that, what it, which class of fire it has. But powder is one of the universal ones. It covers most of the fires. And maybe a carbon dioxide if you have a kitchen, which I've seen you have a kitchen. So that one goes to fight the kitchen fire. So if you can fight the fire, tandika your moto at the base of the fire, while others are scrumming out. After that, we toka nje. If it's too big, forget it. Go get accounted for. The firefighters who have the biggest fire extinguisher, which is the fire engine,
Yes.
will come and help you out to put out those flames.
Yeah.
You know, so this is what I say: don't be a hero. Do not be a hero even in that hostel setup. Before I came to the interview, I was in Kamulu
Yes.
doing an evacuation drill for campers.
Yes.
You know, and I was telling them, don't be a hero. Your time will come when you'll be a hero, but not now. We need you. So if you're in a hot situation, try put it out. Ikikushinda, if it defeats you, get out. Somebody down there has already called the fire brigade. Surely it will come to be extinguished at some point. So unfortunately, you find incidences in school, like for example, the Moi Girls School, whereby one student went back to pick up, to rescue. Guess what happened? Because of the smoke. In fact, Kings, smoke kills faster
Than the fire itself.
And because we're at the smoke conversation, just make sure that you have smoke detectors in your home. The smoke first will identify crazy noise. Even though you're drunk, how many bottles of gins, you will hear it. And for example, if you cannot hear, there are some smoke detectors that actually shake your bed.
Oh.
It has vibrators. Vibrates, go like, hey, hapo ni danger. You'll crawl out. So there's technology. Now, you cannot say that, oh, sijui nini. They're smart home phones, whereby it will trigger the alarm. Your phone also will start vibrating, you know, or even the way Uber says, stand right on your exit. It will go like, hey, fire, there's fire in the kitchen area. There's smoke detector in the kitchen area has gone off. Deal with it, something like that.
Yeah.
So those are the few things that in the hostel we need to be aware of. We need to be very conversant with.
Yeah.
And when you sleep, get to tell yourself, in your subconscious mind, I know this is crazy, I'm not psychic.
Yeah.
You'll just tell yourself, Kings, if there's danger, the door, your exit is on your left. Bro, when there's danger, trust me, when you wake up,
Utamka na right.
utamka na left. Because you've already told your subconscious.
Yeah, you prepared yourself early. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but if you don't tell yourself, you might end up hitting the wall thinking that is the right side is the exit, and that's actually not the exit.
I think the take home here is we don't need to panic.
Yes.
We've spoken
Don't
about
panic.
it, but at least if you're able to understand, and just common knowledge, many people don't take their time to understand fires, yeah? And this show is not even enough to tell them everything
No,
about fire, because
absolutely.
we've talked about the smoke, and you find that you walk in the markets, and we've talked about the open markets. Vibandaski. Yeah, somebody is cooking using firewood or charcoal, and it's enclosed, and people are there, they're waiting for food, it is hot and things like that. Those are things that pretty much make people not, you know, don't understand the hazards that they are posing to themselves. I want us to look at Jose and the initiatives that he's been able to do as we, you know, kind of like wind up.
Okay.
Tell us about Flex.
Flex. About Jose.
Yes.
Oh my God, Jose is a fire safety advocate. I am so passionate about fire. Oh my God. In my previous year, I was a mobile phone technician.
Wow.
Yeah, but then I decided, you know what, this is not me. I'm so bored with these techie things. You know, after every 3 days, there's a new technology coming out and you have to go for training. I'm like, this is not for me. But man, being in your passion is really awesome.
Yeah.
So me working in my passion right now, I advocate for what you say, market fires. People are so busy looking for their day-to-day living. You know, life has become so fast. You know, paying loans and things like that. They've forgotten about their safety. That's where I come in. I come in and ask, and I just walk in a restaurant. And I look at them and say, hey, your food was great, thank you. But have you considered, because you're in a hot kitchen, where you've placed your extinguisher, that is, you realize it's not going to help you, right?
Yeah.
They go like, why? So what if the oil is on fire and the extinguisher is right behind there? Do you think you're going to help yourself? No. So I need you to move it there. Yeah, and next week I'm going to come and check. There's one time I went and checked. This guy was so like angry. Like, are you part of the Nairobi City Council? I'm like, you're not in trouble. Yeah. I'm just helping you out. Yeah. So those are the few things that I do. I enter a school and I just go like, hey, when is the last time you did your school evacuation drill? And with the skill that I went to school with, I now go like, hey, we can do the drill. We have a night drill. We go announce the drill to the students. You're going to have the drill, and we have it. We have it during the day. We train them, and at night also we train them. You know, I go to the hotel stuff. You know, the ones that people sleep in, and I tell them, hey, did you explain to your visitors before you gave them the key that the exit is on the hallway on your left, straight down? Did you? No, we didn't. You need to. You know, those small things, going back to the basic when you're applying your job, you need actually to stick by that. In the garage, when you're taking, check it, sasa leo unaenda kwa garage, you find this dude welding, bzz, 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 and then pale there's an open petrol.
Achana hata na open petrol. You'll find another one sucking the petrol from the...
Hey, Maina! Hey! Buddha! Utajiwasha! So you need to have that's our time. Yeah. Oh, it was so funny. We were just I was walking by. I love walking. Yeah. Mazee nakuta watu mazee wamebeba vumbi. Wanakimbia wanaanza kuchapa the pikipiki. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I was like, what's happening? Hey, the pikipiki is on fire. This guy was welding
the motorbike.
I'm like, boss, wait. Kichwa yako iko wapi?
You know nowadays what they do, and especially we have very many friends who are riders. And there's this notion of they put a spark plug near the exhaust or something like that. Yes. Then now it removes the flame.
That is bro. That bro is danger. Don't do that. Just your safety matters. That bike costed the cheapest I had. This is the Uber Boda. 190K.
Yes.
Ikichomeka bro, utaendelea kuilipa. And you took it on loan.
Yeah.
So as an advocate, what do? I tell people, have an extinguisher. When you're welding, just have an extinguisher. Kikiumana, take the extinguisher, shoot at the base of the fire, you're good to go. That's one. Number two, evacuation. I will not get tired to say this. All institutions need to have an evacuation drill, whether it is a day school or a boarding school. And this is cutting across colleges and universities. Yeah. Let's go back to the basics and say, before this institution was opened, you said we shall comply to, after every term, do the drill. Most schools, more than 10 years, they've not done a drill. And it's, a drill will cost only like 300 bob per student.
Imagine.
And then save, I don't know if I mentioned to you, do you know how much it costs to treat a burn? A 3rd-degree burn? Not less than 500K.
Wow.
Not less. Hapa tu KNH, and that is actually a public. Sasa ukienda hapa Nairobi hospital, that's like 7M. You get?
Yeah.
So let's try and really protect ourselves from reaction and become proactive.
There's an interesting point that has just come to my mind. We've seen instances, I don't know, where buses catch fire.
2 weeks back there was one.
Yeah.
Let's not mention the name.
Yes, yes.
It was on the social media.
And you've seen in the buses, you know, the rear window is usually meant for
Exits,
emergency.
yes.
But nowadays, what do you find?
Mabati.
So what do you do?
NTSA, I don't know what to say.
Everybody just has to play their role.
Yeah, sorry, let me not be sorry for mentioning the government institutions, because at the end of the day, they are there to educate us, and they are there to protect us because we are paying the taxes. These vehicles don't need to be on the road.
Yeah.
If they are putting mabatis, iron sheets behind, you know, for beauty, so that their company logo can show.
Yeah.
So, exit windows need to play for exit windows, not to put the big screens and things like that.
Yeah.
So who's responsible? The regulators. Don't close the company. You remember? And this is not even fire related. There was an accident that happened in one of the circles.
Yes.
This passenger alishuka kama gari bado inatembea, and then the passenger broke both of her feet.
Wow.
That whole circle was closed until they had to comply. Why don't we do that to the bus services? Because they are putting us at a very high risk. You know, I mean, sasa leo umeumia. Do you know how much it costs the government to make you be back on your feet? A lot. So to prevent that, so that you can generate more taxes, you need to protect you first by stopping to make sure that these buses comply.
Yeah.
Now, and I usually tell, though I've not gotten to a level of reaching the bus companies, but I hope they at some point they get to
They'll get to the
reach
podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah.
We need to tell them before the bus moves out, let's be kind and polite, and go like, hey guys, before we move and pray and get out, the exits is on your left and the right and on the back.
They never
Even
do
the
that.
front, even the front windshield is an exit.
Yes.
They never do that. It is just that, angalia kama mwenzako yuko ndani. You know
Mzigo
that,
yako
right?
yote iko ndani.
Yes.
Yes.
How much time do we take, hata saa ile tunaingia kwa SGR, to even check where the brake glass window is at? We never.
Never.
Do we even check where to pull that door to get out? We never.
We don't.
We don't. And they never even announce. Just be very keen.
Yeah.
In the SGR, they go like, okay, Karibu, we're just going to reach after 5 hours. But they never mention about
The safety
if there's
of fire.
any danger, the windows you can break. It is an African culture. African culture says, or depicts, if we talk about there's going to watch out for an accident,
We are going to cause
dumba.
Nimeweka
Nimeweka dumba. Sasa kutakuwa na accident. Au kusikia hata driver alikuwa anasema kukivunjika tuta
Wow. You know,
God help us, man.
This is a very it's a very engaging topic. I want us to hear from you, your parting shot, because this is a wide topic.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll
gosh.
come again and again.
You should
Today
make
we
it 3 hours. Why do you make it 1 hour?
we are dealing with the basics today, and we've covered a lot. We've covered our personal responsibilities
Yes.
at home.
Yeah.
The children have been also in the picture.
Yes.
We've looked at schools,
Schools.
the fire assembly exits,
Yes.
our boda rider friends,
Yes.
buses, because
Yes.
right now guys are focusing on the festive. And you've worked so hard for the whole year, and yet a silly mistake
Messes
messes everything. I want you to just speak to that person who would want to be a firefighter in a minute and just tell them what it takes to be a firefighter.
Wow. Actually, everybody is a firefighter. Can you imagine that?
Really?
Yes. Everybody is a firefighter. Do you know why?
Yes.
Going back to the basics.
Ah.
If we go back to the basics of making sure that the electricity is well connected, the gas cylinder is not smelling, the babies are not playing around you, what else? You hold accountable the bus company, you hold accountable the government. Why in this region of ours we do not have a fire station? You know, we go back to and we push policy. Even in the parliament for it to be law, you know, so that these things can happen.
Yeah.
So that is the point where we are actually all become fire safety advocates as firefighters.
Okay.
Jose alone as a fire safety advocate cannot make it alone. I've been doing this for 5 years, and guess what? I've not even scratched the surface. That's the unfortunate bit. What if I have Kings, I have him?
Yeah.
We are like a legion.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why do you think countries like Sweden, for example, are up? They're all the safest city in the whole world.
They stood up for something.
Stood up for something. They held the government responsible. But now, if you want, for those people who want to become firefighters, like when the fire has already started, you need to really know that this is actually an extremely risky job. Kings, 99% of the time I go to respond, there are very high chances I'm not going to go back.
Wow.
Yeah. Did I say 99%? 99.99%. Fire does not know if your father is the who or who. It just comes and rages everything within a second. This fire that you see that happened to me, this is 30 seconds of heat, you know, and it charred my face, you know. So this, when you want to be a firefighter, just know that it is a risky job. And number two, you are not a hero. People know, they usually say, hey, you are our hero. Bro, safety begins with you.
Yeah.
So you have to know, is this fire, am I going to attend to it? Considering even the real situation about the fire service in Kenya.
Yeah.
You know, the fire service in Kenya right now, we'd rather prevent than react. Because even the facilities that are there are not enough. You get? And that's why I said what I said, putting myself on the line. We need to hold our political people on the line. We need to tell them, hey, in this region we need to, on a certain radius, we need to have a fire engine, fire station, so that we can protect this particular investment. You know?
Yeah.
So, know that it is gruesome. Know that you're going to help people who you never met and you'll never meet. Can you imagine firefighters are people who run towards the fire of people who we don't know, of what do we call it? Of property, which we'll never even get a quarter of it, but we run as if it's our property.
It's passion.
Passion. This is a calling. So, by the way, fire doesn't pay well. So if you think that you're going to be rich being a firefighter, maybe you might want to change your career and maybe think of becoming a politician. Pun intended.
Yeah.
So, firefighting, you'll not be rich. Firefighting is a calling. Hey, I came from, you remember what I was telling you? I was in a technical background.
Yeah.
Yes, I was earning good money. But then now here, and I'm not even earning a quarter of what I was earning. But the feeling that I have inside,
Feeling, yeah.
I can't trade it for that cash. You think that money is going to make you rich? You need to think again. That feeling of, thank you, Jose. You know, just yesterday night, a neighbor called me. Their gas cylinder burner was not working. So you need to know that as a firefighter, you need to be ready. Your call at 1 a.m. Are you not go like be grumpy, hello, I'm sleeping. No way. Yes, hello, what's up? My burner has refused to switch off. And then it was 1 a.m.
Wow.
I was like, okay. Do you have this cloth near you? Yes. Follow my instructions. And they're scared. I was like, okay, you need to breathe in slowly, and then you breathe with them. And no, you're sleepy then. Eh? So being a fireman is you need to know how to control yourself, even in the heat of things. Fire is not a joke. I can be putting all these flames inside this building, and right behind me the fire is reignited. How calm can I be in the heat of things? How calm and collected can I be when everything has just decided to go haywire? Murphy law? Or what law was it? When everything has decided to go wrong, it will all go wrong.
Yeah.
When everything has decided to go wrong, how calm can you be?
Yeah.
So when you want to enter into the fire service, just ask yourself those questions. And if you tick no to it, to every box, just become a fire enthusiast. That's okay.
And advocate.
And an advocate. That's okay. But now going right into the thick of things, you need to be sane, you need to be upright, you need to control yourself, and you need to talk about your issues. Us guys, when you're on the fire table, we talk about our issues. Actually have two families, one at home and one in the firehouse.
Yeah.
You know, because when I'm with my brother here behind who is with me putting out the flames, I know this guy has my back, literally.
Yeah.
And he knows I have his back, literally.
Yeah.
Because when I call a mayday that is in danger, everybody will stop what they're doing and they'll come and rescue both of us outside. So the question is to you who wants to become a fireman, are you ready for all that?
They need to answer.
When you know, others are like, I can feel them. Siwezi make. You know? Yeah, so I wish you the best in wanting to become a fireman. And also, the more people we have on the discussion table, and I invite guys to, let's have this conversation.
Yeah, it's important.
Because I might have really talked about very sensitive matters that people are not comfortable with. But for us to have change kings,
We need to have real conversations.
Real honest conversation. Hii wakati wa kuogopa sijui tutadisappear. So be it. Wacha ni disappear. But I've already said it, and we need to sit down and see where has this money been allocated to service this fire engine. Has this money been allocated to go build a fire station? To what standard? Not just a fire station.
Yeah.
You know, firefighters right now don't have PPEs.
The basics.
It's just mind-boggling. Why?
Why?
I think you need to invite me next time and we have that hot conversation. And we have a fire extinguisher just in case it gets to... I'll teach you guys on how to splash the fire, the extinguisher. Because King's money is there, but it's not going to the right use. You know, once we are just saying, I'm doing this because of my house, you'll think again in signing that document, in making sure that that fire station has been built, that fire engine has been fixed, that fire engine has been... One fire engine is about 60 million.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know people get excited because we need 3 engines. So it is 60 million times 3. Mtu anaona, woo! Boo the boss.
But as you said, you can't put a price tag on life.
I think that's my parting shot. You can never put a price tag on life. Let's go back to the basics and we shall save ourselves. The nucleus. Wewe, your wife, and your 3 toys. Mic drop.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a way to end this show. If you have any questions or any comments, this is the time to put it in the comment section. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Be always at the lookout, because safety starts with you. We've discussed an array of topics here, including your responsibility as a person, the responsibility of policymakers, the responsibility of the firefighting, your responsibility when you're caught in the fire. Parting shot is that you have to be proactive. Get to learn more about fire, get to learn about how you can put off fire, and get to understand that you have a role to play in all this. As much as the government has a role to play, the firefighters have a role to play, you have a role to play. Use your 5 senses. Be able to smell, be able to see, be able to hear, and don't be a hero. Jose, we have a culture here called the Black Book.
Yes.
So this Black Book, we have questions that our previous guests write down.
Yes.
So I haven't seen the questions. I'll let the Black Book come, so we'll just drop the questions to you.
Okay.
And then you also get a chance to write in your question for the next guest.
Oh, but I don't know who my next guest is going to be.
You don't know. Neither do I.
What?
Yeah. So I'll go straight to it.
Okay. Oh my God, that's, wow. Okay, let's do this.
Okay. What is your security view on our supermarkets and hospitals? How do you view
this? This guy knew that I was going to come back.
Yeah, it's here.
Can we repeat that question? We didn't even talk about supermarkets.
Yes.
This is our chance to...
Yes. What's your view on security in supermarkets and hospitals?
Security. Security and safety is actually...
They're intertwined.
Intertwined.
Yeah.
So let me start with security. I feel the other day, in fact, it's very interesting, when I was in Mombasa, we visited somebody who had burnt, was burnt, had an office accident, and she got burnt. Tea just spilled on her. It's very, very sad. So we need to, like in security, we need to see from the point of entry, are they frisked? In hospitals, are they frisked? Are they, what are they having in their bags? We kind of have dropped down the baton. We were very strict during the time of terror attack. Everybody, man, you used to be frisked until back on kila kitu, you remain with your boxer only.
Our guards are down right now.
Guards are down right now. So I feel that right now the security needs to be beefed up. In our hospitals, we need to beef up our security. You find nurses being, what do we call it? Assaulted. Yes. Somebody has a knife, how did that knife pass through the security desk? Now switching the coin the other side, flipping the coin on the other side, our situation in supermarkets and hospitals, we need to be really watchful. You remember the downtown issue of the closed company in downtown?
Yes.
We shall not name names.
Yes.
The gas cylinders at that time were inside
the supermarket.
And because the verdict is already out, one of the witnesses said that the doors were closed.
Wow.
As in, guys was cramming out, but guess what? The doors, it's in the public domain, the doors were closed.
Yeah.
We need to train our security people. Even though the instructions are out that mufunge milango, wacha milango zikae wazi. Hey, the insurance.
We say there's no price tag.
Yes.
For life.
Yeah, so that's one. Number two, for hospitals, we need to have evacuation drills.
Aha.
I don't know why I'm referring to Mombasa. There was an incident about a fire in Mombasa at one time. It's in the public domain. I'll not mention the name of that hospital. And you can imagine it was just an haphazard. Ule tu wanaokolewa okolewe. So what happened to the ICU patients? What happened to the patients that are in the HDU or in the theater? So many hospitals don't have even these doors that are fire resistant. You know, they are usually 30-minute doors before it burns. It can resist fire for 30 minutes before now the smoke comes in and that whole door is out. Have we trained our security personnel on that?
On fire.
Have we trained the nurses on how to extinguish the fires? Have we even trained them, it is night time and they are resting, that they need to, when they're going to the kitchen, to switch off the kettle? You know, basics.
The basics.
Yes. So to answer our previous guest,
yes,
we really need again to go back to the basics.
Go back to the basics.
Yes, I hope that's
you've already answered. The last one would be, what would be your advice on personal security when in public spaces? Your advice to people.
Safety starts with you.
Wow.
Safety starts with you. You are your own responsibility. And the other day I was in Litali shopping for my son's clothes. And you know who was around me?
Who?
1 million people. Man, it was so crowded. What I told myself was,
yes,
bro, hands in your pocket.
Always.
Always in your pocket. Even though you're walking like this, who's around you? Angalia sura. Tembea, angalia sura. You know, tembea. Because something might happen.
Yeah.
Alafu taambiwa, bro, who was around me? How could I tell who was around me, man? It was all, but if you checked well, you can even identify this guy was in specs, and his specs was black at the top.
Yes.
And I think, I don't know if it was white or cream shirt, and I think it was written Wojo or something.
Yeah.
You know, just be observant, be around you when you're walking, and also you are the only sane one.
Every other person is insane.
Yes.
That's what we call in the security lingo,
yes.
You know, situation awareness.
Oh, wow.
How do you find this place as you write your question?
How do I find this place?
Wojo. How do you find Wojo from how you came in?
This is when I grow up situation. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So when do I write here or here?
Either. Choose.
Let me save paper. Let me see how this is number 1.
Number 2.
So I'll write my name here.
Yeah.
Jose with an apostrophe.
Hapa tutakwenda tu Jose.
Hapo utakuwa umechoma. It's a hot fire. So number 1. Now what question do I ask guest?
Hata usiniambie mimi wasisomi. You just write it and then I'll wrap up as you tell me your experience about Wojo before you write.
All right.
How was your experience when you're coming in?
Oh, when I was coming in?
Yeah.
This place is one of the most securest facility I've entered.
And you know there are shared offices here.
Can you imagine
and
that?
Somebody can even come and sleep and work at the same time.
Man.
They can even play.
Oh my God, yes, I've actually seen some football or whatever.
Yeah.
I'll not ask which football match it is you're a fan of.
Yeah.
So first of all, for me, because I'm a safety champion or I'm a safety advocate, the first thing I came to when I entered the lifts was, where is my exits? Just by default. And I could see my exits around the left and right, and also there's a big window. And also I went and checked, where are the fire extinguishers? I saw there were 3 extinguishers. I'm like, wow. When I looked up, I'm like, hey, there's a smoke detector. There are sprinklers. Oh my God. So this place is actually safe. This place is focuses on people-centered. You know, right now I'm feeling at home. I'm feeling relaxed. I wish Wojo can become the, what do you call it? The place to reckon with in terms of security. And did I say security? In terms of safety. And I hope it is security.
Yeah.
Security is also done. Right now I'm looking at the floor, it's clean. The kitchen is well kept, big up. You know, so yeah, this place for me is super nice.
Wow.
Yeah, I
You
hope
had it.
you can give me some space to come.
Yeah, you
I
can.
have a very nice laptop, not mine, the company's. I
Yeah.
can come and floss with it, and
Yeah.
I think I'll be in place.
Wojo is the place to be, and you can
Yeah.
come here and work, and you can network as well. Yeah, we have also rooms where people can sleep, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, you work when you're chilled out
Oh my God.
in a safe and secure
This is my
environment.
next life.
That's it, guys. We wrap it up there. Put your comments on the comment section. Don't forget to share widely. This is a very critical topic, and we're going into the festive season. It's upon you to tell a friend to tell a friend. And as always, we always put it this way: keep it Crimeshield.